Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for October 5th, 2020. Guests visiting Walt Disney World on weekends in mid-October can enjoy more hours in the parks than were previously announced. The hour extensions vary by day. Here's a rundown. On October 16th through the 18th and 23rd through the 25th, the Magic Kingdom is open from 9 a.m. now until 8 p.m., Epcot from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Animal Kingdom from 8 to 6. You may recognize some of these hours, at least Epcot and Animal Kingdom, as the same ones that the parks reopened with back in July. No hour extensions announced for Hollywood Studios, weird enough. In the wake of mass cast member terminations at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, an Orange County couple decided to take action. According to the Orlando Sentinel, bloggers Sarah and Tom Bricker have created a virtual food drive to assist cast members. The duo that runs DisneyTouristBlog.com is asking for donations to Second Harvest Food Bank. As of this writing, the effort had raised over $36,000. The Brickers created a team page on the Second Harvest Food Bank site. Team pages are used to promote the cause and to accept and track donations. Second Harvest's mission is to create hope and nourish lives through a powerful hunger relief network while multiplying the generosity of a caring community. According to the Brickers team page, the couple hopes that Walt Disney World fan community will rally around the cause. Quote, "We've decided to offer support to our community in its time of need. We hope you will do the same and give what you can to Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida as it works to support those who have been hit hard by the economic fallout of this outbreak. No matter where in the world you reside, we are part of a truly global community as Walt Disney World fans. We hope you'll join us in giving back to help those in the community during this time of unprecedented need. Thanks, Sarah and Tom Bricker." It's a very nice thing. Tom and Sarah I know personally, very nice people. This is a wonderful cause, and you should go find this immediately and donate if you can. As we first reported in September, unionized cast members were scheduled to receive an hourly pay raise beginning October 4th. Unite Here Local 737, the union representing Walt Disney World Resort housekeeping and food and beverage cast, confirmed the raise via a Facebook post. The post also included pay schedules for the unionized workers. According to the schedules, cast members are receiving a $1 per hour raise. The new minimum wage is $14 an hour. This is positive news from the local 737. The Walt Disney Company, of course, restored the salaries of its senior executives in late August when thousands of cast members were still on furlough. But since then has, of course, let go of 28,000 cast members. But at least finally a bright spot for those still with the company. Some positive news regarding cast members, which is nice to have in the midst of all this. According to ABC News, Walt Disney World layoffs rise to a quarter of the company's total workforce reduction. Disney Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro, of course, announced that those 28,000 cast members would be laid off due to the economic impact of the pandemic. Many thought that the layoffs would mostly affect Disneyland Resort, as the parks have remained closed since the shutdowns in March. The fact that California Governor Gavin Newsom has yet to announce reopening plans for Disneyland has nurtured this belief. The ABC News report said that 1/4 of the layoffs actually come from Walt Disney World, which has been reopened since July. Previously, the Orlando Sentinel reported that 6,700 non-union cast members were slated for layoffs in December. ABC News indicated that the number of layoffs they predicted coming from Walt Disney World are suggested by paperwork filed by the Disney Company to local and state agencies. It's worth noting that these numbers include non-union cast as well. Approximately 43,000 cast members belong to unions and aren't represented in this report. According to D'Amaro, roughly 2/3 of the layoffs were part-time cast, and these range from a variety of roles. And other facing the chopping block included cast members with Disney Cruise Line and Walt Disney Imagineering. After preparing to reopen for the past few days, the spring roll cart in Adventureland of the Magic Kingdom is back. Some cast members wore face shields in addition to their masks at this location, and of course there was a long line leading up to the cart as everyone couldn't wait to eat. I don't know what everyone loves about these, but man, they are popular. Right now, the cart offers cheeseburger spring rolls and pepperoni pizza spring rolls. Remember, guests can only remove their face masks to eat while stationary and socially distanced, so you can't walk around with these like you used to, but luckily there's plenty of nearby seating in Adventureland for you to enjoy these. After several months of construction work, the Courtyard between Casey's Corner and the First Aid on Main Street has reopened. In our last report on the widened pathway, tiles had yet to be placed, but now there's a circle of tiles in the center and the Courtyard is open. This pathway leads backstage and could be used as a bypass for entering and exiting the park during peak crowds. Our estimation is that this is in preparation for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, where it is expected that there will be a new nighttime spectacular. A scrim remains up around one area to the side of Casey's Corner. This portion of the pavement is blocked off for wet paint, but will become an expanded seating area for Casey's Corner You'll notice there are holes in the ground for where tables or umbrellas could be mounted. After closing with the rest of the park back in mid-March, the Friars Nook in the Magic Kingdom has reopened. It's located in Fantasyland near the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. Only some of the windows were open, though social distancing markers are placed in front of all of them. One of the 2 wheelchair-accessible windows was sadly one of those not open, but the counter-service restaurant serves hot dogs, tater tots, and more. The ground leading each counter has those markers, and while guests would usually line up on both sides of a register, queues are now only on one side. Meanwhile, the Lunching Pad, a quick-service staple of Tomorrowland, located just below the TTA People Mover and the Astro Orbiter, is set to reopen on October 9th. This eatery as well has been closed since the park closed in March. It appears that quick-service demand is on the rise with all of these locations reopening. If you forgot to grab that cup of coffee before heading to the parks, you're in luck. Joffreys Coffee Tea Company reopened its locations at the Transportation and Ticket Center on the way to the Magic Kingdom, as well as Contemporary Grounds, the coffee shop down in the lower level, the first floor of Disney's Contemporary Resort. Of course, as you would expect, both have social distancing markers in place and all those good things, and are now serving coffee once again, and pastries. The location at the TTC is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Friday to Sunday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Meanwhile, at Disney's Contemporary Resort, the hours are daily 6 a.m. to 1. Project Gamma continues at Epcot, improving the entrance area and the area around Spaceship Earth in the park. Now the panels above Gateway Gifts and the Camera Center have a bright blue stripe on them, conveniently matching the new signs outfitted on the shops earlier this year. Because you can't do one side without the other, the new blue paint above Gateway Gifts also matches its new sign, which was, of course, replaced a couple weeks ago after 38 years. Demolition has begun on what remains of Innoventions West next to Epcot's Spaceship Earth. This stretch of wall was previously covered with windows. Of course, when the building became Innoventions in 1994, the building was sealed off, which is why there might be walls behind windows, in case you were worrying. The removal of the windows reveals pipes and ducts, and to the side we can see an opening and a torn-up portion of the entrance wall. On the other side of Spaceship Earth, the electric umbrella continues to be demolished and mouse gear remodeled. All these projects are part of the long-term refurbishment of Epcot, and all this center portion is considered part of Project Gamma. Eventually, this section of the park will be called World Celebration, and eventually most of this Innoventions building that's now being torn down will be the Moana Journey of Water attraction. From fireworks tests and tech crew surveys to aerial photos of the construction site, news continues to swirl about Epcot's new nighttime spectacular, Harmonious. Large barges are currently being constructed backstage, which you can now see over the trees from the Disney Skyliner. The barges will host a bevy of multimedia features, including large screens. We're able to see current progress during our flight on the Skyliner. From there, we can see the top of one of the barges emerging from the treetops. The structure looks like a semicircle. The gray structures at the top are likely the arms that'll move during the show. The building in the background is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind show building, or Gravity building. The gray pieces are reminiscent of light and sound rigging used on tours. A second barge is now visible to the first's left. It features the same arc design, and here we see yellow railings that are likely in place to keep construction workers safe. The large red crane has been on site for many months, lifting assemblies to the barge structures. Rano Roasters in Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios has significantly cut down its operating hours. Pizza Rizzo also cut their hours, while Backlot Express has extended them. Rano Roasters has been open from 9:30 a.m. to park close, but will start closing at 3 p.m. It started on October 4th. Don't worry, though, Rano Roasters products are now available at Docking Bay 7 after 3 p.m. Pizza Rizzo, meanwhile, was previously open until 6:30, but will now close at 5. Backlot Express will be open until 5 instead of 4 p.m. to meet demands. This notably cuts down the number of quick service restaurants available for the last 2 to 3 hours of operation at Hollywood Studios. This weekend, we said goodbye to the Disney Society Orchestra and friends at Hollywood Studios, but more importantly, to the members of the Grand Floridian Society Orchestra that made up this temporary show. For the last time, the ensemble, consisting of performers from that legendary resort hotel group, performed their sweet melodies, sadly only 6 of them at a time. The orchestra, of course, replaced Beauty and the Beast live on stage shortly after the park's reopening, but now the show has been canceled, and the money reallocated to the returning, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. Sadly, the group will not be returning to the Grand Floridian. They have been cut in total from their contracts. but you can watch their final performance as the Disney Society Orchestra right here on our YouTube channel. Several stores at Hollywood Studios have remained closed since the park reopened in July. One of those was Keystone Clothiers, but now they are back. Only one door is acting as an entrance to the store. You may remember before the store closed, it only carried Star Wars merchandise, mostly that from Galaxy's Edge, but now it also carries Marvel merchandise. What a weird turn of events. You can read more about the reopening of the shop on our website. After a refurbishment that took over a month, the Beach Club Marketplace has reopened at Disney's Beach Club Resort. Shop and counter service restaurant closed on August 23rd. One of the big changes is that the designated entrances and exits have been switched, with guests now entering through the restaurant side. True to its name, the marketplace serves sandwiches that are perfect for a day at the beach, or at the beach club in this case. To read about our full experience of the newly reopened location, head on over to WDWNT.com. As part of an ongoing remodel, Disney's Yacht Club Resort now has new furniture and decor in its lobby. The globe that has sat in the center of the lobby since the resort opened in the 90s has been moved to the side. This is a new permanent home for this iconic prop. There are some construction walls in one corner of the lobby as they work on the check-in area and concierge desk. Meanwhile, some new furniture has arrived, a sleeker, more modern style to it. Despite the furniture changes, many Yacht Club props remain, including the model ships, thankfully. That's all you had to keep. The globe and the model ships is all you had to keep, Disney, for people to be okay with this, and you did it. So we're happy. The stairs and upper loft have also gotten some new furniture and decor, and the chandeliers were even changed to bring more light into the lobby. Sadly, the carpet featuring hidden Mickeys will be replaced soon as part of the remodeling process. We'll keep you up to date as it continues. As we saw at Sanaa, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge last month, select table service restaurants at Walt Disney World are introducing a to-go mobile order option in My Disney Experience. The next two restaurants to add the option were The Wave of American Flavors at the Contemporary, Kona Cafe at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. When you search for one of these restaurants in the My Disney Experience app, you'll see a to-go option. Once you click on it, you'll be able to view the mobile order menu and meal times. If the restaurant is open, you'll then be able to choose an arrival window and build your order. Your food is then made and will be ready to pick up when you return during your arrival window after you hit I'm here. And for now, this service is only available at these three resort hotel restaurants. Construction on the Walt Disney World Swan Reserve, formerly the Cove, is moving along steadily with paneling covering one part of the resort's hotel building. With the blue wave pattern installed on the right side, construction cranes are focused on the left side of the building. All that seems missing on the paneled side is a row of windows on the highest uncovered floor. The blue to white panels add to the nautical theme of the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, situated near Disney's Boardwalk. The Walt Disney World Swan Reserve will feature a rooftop restaurant and lounge, which will have a dedicated ground floor entrance and elevator for those not staying at the resort. It'll be a 375-seat upscale restaurant with a partial expo kitchen. The bar will have about 40 seats. The windows will be floor to ceiling to provide a great view of Walt Disney World, including a rooftop trellis area for unobstructed views. Upon completion, the Swan Reserve will join the Swan and Dolphin Resort Complex at Epcot with nearly 349 new rooms, taking the total rooms available at the resort to 2,600. Like the Swan and Dolphin hotels, Swan Reserve will have walking access to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, the Boardwalk, Yacht Club, and Beach Club. Beaches and Cream Soda Shop at Disney's Beach Club Resort unveiled new cast member costumes that are a little more subdued than what we've come to expect from the colorful eatery. Of course, we heard these costumes were coming after the restaurant reopened from a remodel just last year. The wonderful cast members were nice enough to strike a pose for us. The collared button-downs feature a subtle blue pinstripe design and bright blue bow tie. They don't lose the nostalgic 1950s feel to the ice cream parlor, but they may not stay in your memory like the colorful shirts of the past. I'm very sad about this. I think the old costumes are such a big part of the feel of this restaurant. It's very sad. I will tell you, though, I've still had the same great experiences since they reopened. Obviously, the cast here is still great. They're still wonderful. It's still a must for me all the time. But the remodel I was okay with. It's not my favorite remodel, but they didn't completely ruin it. The costumes, though, really hurt. I think they hurt a lot. I don't like them. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed a permit for pole-mounted fixtures in a temporary cast parking area at Disney's Fort Wilderness, which may indicate that construction at the neighboring Reflections, a Disney lakeside lodge, may be resuming. Rumors of the lodge's cancellation have been circulating since June, but with a new permit and a general construction permit filed last month, things are awfully fishy. The permit contracts Carter Electric Incorporated to furnish and install pole-mounted fixtures for temporary cast parking area. Of course, you would only need a temporary cast parking area if you were moving cast parking temporarily to help with construction, right? and it is located at 4400 Big Pine Road, which is right near the settlement. Of course, the Disney Parks blog did remove any announcements for Reflections at Disney Lakeside Lodge back in August, but it remains to be seen if this is going to happen or not. Although Disneyland and California Adventures theme parks have yet to reopen, guests can still find fall treats at the downtown Disney district. Disney released a foodie guide to the many treats, with many locations offering delectable desserts, with most options available only while supplies last. You can head on over to WDWNT.com to read the full list. It's way too much to cover here. With the Tokyo Olympics delayed until summer of 2021, the Japanese government is reportedly considering ways to lift the travel ban for foreign tourists. This would also open doors for foreign guests to return to Tokyo Disney Resort. Japan currently refuses entry from 159 countries and regions, but has lifted the ban for some business travelers. Sources say Japan will be setting up an exclusive consultation center for foreign tourists who may be infected with COVID. Tourists will be required to download a new smartphone app and report on their health condition for 14 days. Tourists who test negative for the virus upon entering Japan will be allowed to watch the Olympics and Paralympics. There may also be public health centers for tourists set up in Tokyo. Japan aims to finalize these plans by early next year so they can start accepting foreign tourists in April. Yep, you can hear me cry inside when they say they won't be taking anyone until April. Restrictions such as how many tourists will be allowed entry, how to ensure tourists download and use the app, and areas that tourists will be allowed to visit are still being discussed. For now, the government is monitoring the situation. One of the more intriguing additions in Tokyo Disneyland's new Fantasyland expansion is definitely the dedicated popcorn shop, The Big Pop, in Tomorrowland. It's fun to say. Fortunately, we were lucky enough to snag a reservation to the exciting Galactic Popcorn stall and gave all three flavors a shot. There's three, in fact: caramel and cheese, strawberry milk, which I will tell you I love. It was tested there a while ago, and cookie cream. It's like cookies and cream, just without, the and the S. Each is available for 500 yen, $474 US, which is a premium of 100 yen over the other popcorn flavors around the resort. Each type of popcorn also comes in this special box, which has the logo on one pair of the sides and the exterior sign sans text on the other two, because Tokyo cares. It's time to restock your kitchen with a plethora of new mugs at the World of Disney and Disney Springs. These mugs feature Disney dogs, cats, princesses, and more. So head on over to our site to check them out. It's a real mug extravaganza. Mug extravaganza. Some of them are also at Disneyland Resort. The Disney Dogs Sketch Collection by Dooney and Burke was first released back in March, just after Walt Disney World closed. At the time, the collection was exclusively online, but now we've spotted the bags and a new magic band at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The design features Pluto, Fifi, Dinah, Bruno, Nana, Lady and the Tramp, Pongo and Perdita, Copper, Max, Toby, Dodger, Georgette, Tito, Percy, Winston from Feast, Doug, the little brother from Mulan, Bolt, Sultan the Footstool from Beauty and the Beast, Sparky from Frankenweenie, and Stitch. I think that's all of them. I can't think of another Disney dog. Also features some flowers, dog bones, and Cinderella Castle scattered throughout since it is the sketch pattern. You can view the entire collection with pricing and more at WDWNT.com. More new merchandise has rolled into Rock Around the Shop at Hollywood Studios, now featuring a long-sleeved T-shirt. The T-shirt features an acid-washed look that needs to be in every rock star's closet. It matches the pants that came out a little while ago, the leggings. The back features a Rock and Roller Coaster logo. It also includes the theme park's name. The front has a small logo on the left chest. The shirt retails for $39.99. There's nothing like the great outdoors to soothe your soul, so why not bring some of the outdoors inside with new pins and a magnet from Wilderness Lodge Mercantile. A new pin features the totem pole seen in the store's entrance. That same totem pole was recently featured on a new mug. Totem pin retails for $12.99. The second pin and this is a ceramic magnet, both feature the Wilderness Lodge logo. We haven't seen items with this straight logo in a long time. It is one of my favorite resorts, one of my favorite resort logos, so this is great. The pin is $9.99, the magnet $12.99, and yes, I bought them all. Celebrate Halloween with new Haunted Mansion boxer shorts. We discovered them not at Magic Kingdom, but at Sunset Club Couture, Hollywood Studios. The gloomy purples match nicely with other Haunted Mansion merchandise that we've seen. Just dress in this. At this point, you can wear the wallpaper head to toe. The Mansion boxer shorts retail for $24.99. Halloween may still be approaching, but it's not too early to spread Christmas cheer. A new pack of face masks and 3 spirit jerseys are on Shop Disney. To view these festive items, head on over to WDWNT.com. One stormy night long ago, one mouse stepped through the door of an elevator and into a nightmare. As the spookiest month of the year begins, we spotted Mickey Mouse falling into the 5th dimension on a new mug themed to the Tower of Terror. It retails for $14.99. We found it in Tower Hotel Gifts. This is spectacular. This mug, when you put a beverage of a certain temperature in, the 5th dimension scene appears. So the stars form and some of these floating items around Mickey. This is a spectacular mug. Yes, I bought this too. The latest releases from Dooney and Burke are running wild at Walt Disney World. A new collection featuring Mickey Mouse and a variety of animal prints has premiered. With Mickey covered in tiger, zebra, giraffe, and snakeskin prints, these bags are a perfect look for a visit to Animal Kingdom. Head over to our website to see the entire collection, including a bag made exclusively for annual pass holders. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, an official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to select all notifications so you never miss a show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Looking for the latest in Disney news on the go? Then download WDWNT, the app. From news to videos to park hours and more, WDWNT, the app, is your one-stop shop for the latest from the Disney world. Available on iPhone and Android, just search for WDWNT in your device's app store.